Game of the 2026 World Cup, a moment in the making since the World Cup was awarded to Mexico, the US and Canada all the way back in 2018. Mexico, South Africa will be the opening game. We will have it for you live as we head into the final hour of our pre-match show, getting you set for the opening game of the World Cup. Luke Wildman alongside, as always, Stephen Caldwell and Kevin Kilbane. Great to welcome back Canada's all-time record appearance maker, Atiba Hutchinson, 104 caps for Canada and played at the World Cup in Qatar. And newly into a broadcasting career here, Milan. Milan Borjan, who played 80 times for Canada, was also the goalkeeper at the World Cup in Qatar as well. So wonderful to have you guys with us over the course of the next few weeks. And let's be honest, Canada, you're going to get sick of everybody here because we are going to be with you a lot over the course of the next 5 weeks. Over the course of the next few hours, there is non-stop World Cup coverage, wall-to-wall. After the game, the post-game show, TSN at the World Cup, then Sports Centre will have everything, including the Canada press conference with Jesse Marsh down at Toronto Stadium ahead of the opener for Canada tomorrow. Later on tonight, Korea Republic against Czechia, and then the highlight show finishes things off at 1 a.m. Eastern Time.
I know the statistics about, needing to score in the first match. We're not going to focus on any one result in the tournament too much opponent. We're going to really go step by step and be very methodical and very calm about preparation, about our match plan preparation, and about focusing on execution for what it's going to take. But if you look at our track record, especially in the first halves, we've gotten more leads. We've given up hardly any goals in the first half. We've had really good starts to games. That bodes well for us to be successful at the tournament in the first game and throughout the tournament.
And Canada playing in Toronto in a stadium where the men's national team has only ever lost twice all time in their games in this stadium. So familiar surroundings for Canada as they set to take on Bosnia and Herzegovina. 3 o'clock Eastern time, noon Pacific, all day leading up to that game and the kickoff at 3 o'clock Eastern time. Let's head now to Canada's training facility in Downsview Park, just north of Toronto, the home of Toronto FC's training facility. Matthew Chinetti, our Canada men's national team reporter, has been with the team over the course of the last few weeks, from Charlotte, North Carolina for the pre-camp, to Edmonton, to Montreal, back to Toronto. Matthew, welcome in here today. What's been going on there? Presumably training is just about to start. We're standing in a press conference later on today. What's the news on this for details?
Was a fever, and also Alphonso Davies, because now that Moise Bombito is going to be on the squad, the perspective changes just a little bit. We'll get to Davies in a moment, but let's talk about Moise Bombito. It was just a few days ago that, Jesse Marsh told me he was going to give Moise Bombito every single opportunity to make this team, and he did. Over the last 3 days, Bombito has been working with the team's medical and training staff. He's in what is called modified protocol. That are drills tailored to his surgically repaired left leg. And Bombito has been working progressively up, doing those drills, doing some team drills as well. But all the way till yesterday, when he did an extensive fitness testing and training with the team's medical staff and training staff, a lot of pushing and pulling drills, sprint drills, and change of direction drills. But I also want to talk about the mentality, because I think Moise Bombito's mentality is the reason why he's still on the squad. In Saint Laurent, Montreal, that's where Moise Bombito grew up, and that's where he started to play football. They have something called la puissance, meaning conviction and drive and purpose. Ismo Kone knows that about that too, because they both grew up in Saint Laurent. But Moise Bombito, through his time taking the bus to school, he had a notebook in which he would write every single one of his dreams. And one of those dreams was playing in this World Cup. So when you speak about a team like Canada over the last 2 weeks, which I have watched Jesse Marsh deliberating, talking about, fretting about all of these injuries, and really hamstring injuries, from Alphonso Davies to Ali Ahmed to Jacob Schaffelberg. Those two last guys are training with the team right now. To have a win like Moise Bombito, and to see, as the team did, they watched Moise Bombito put that work in for Jesse Marsh ahead of a first game, which is going to be so much about mentality with all the pressure of the country and the world on him, this is a real positive story for Canada, because if Moise Bombito is willing to give that much to stay on this team, then Jesse Marsh will point to his team and say, what are you willing to give?
Talking of positivity, you know as well as I do that over the course of the last few weeks, Stephen Caldwell has been nothing but positive about Alphonso Davies for a long time, keeping in the starting 11 on race for the roster before we had to wrestle him to get Alphonso Davies out. But he still thinks that he'll make an appearance in the opening game in Toronto tomorrow. Are you going to shatter his dreams here, Matthew?
Well, he's in right now what's called return to play protocol, and the only thing I have seen Alphonso Davies do, whether it's the 15 minutes that we're allowed to watch or we've seen a few open training sessions, is just a lot of jogging and a lot of isometric work on that left hamstring. He's been working intensely with members of the training staff. They actually have extra physio here that's going to depart once the team gets to Vancouver, but that's going to be the question, because the captain ahead of this tonight, when we speak to both Jesse Marsh and Stefan Estacchio, the presumption is that Stefan Estacchio is going to be this team's captain and is going to help this team walk out in front of Toronto Stadium against Bosnia and Herzegovina. But the question now is going to be, when is Alphonso Davies going to play? From everything that I have seen, and we will get an update from Jesse Marsh, obviously, Luke, right now, the only thing Alphonso Davies doing is running, jogging, and just doing a little bit of work to test that hamstring out. I have not seen the same level of preparation out of Davies that I've seen out of Bombito.
Thanks, Matthew. Matthew Shinetti, our Canada men's national team reporter, with the team ahead of their training session this afternoon. Let's talk goalkeepers now. We've done that a lot over the course of the last 12 months, but we actually have a real one here.
Actual expert,
real goalkeeper.
We don't need to talk about goalkeepers. We talk enough about goalkeepers, honestly. I think we know that, yeah.
One of the things...
This is why he doesn't understand it. That's the thing.
Exactly. And one of the things you learn very quickly is that Kev hates all goalkeepers.
No, I do not.
So there might be a little bit of a problem between you two today.
Don't listen to them, Milan. Don't listen to them, honestly. No.
He never gives them any credit, but Maxime Crépeau is the man that got the job from Jesse Marsh very recently.
Yes.
And what do you think about the way this all played out over the course of the last few weeks and few months with Dane St.